can you give us an example of how we would patch a security issue for a customer then?
So yes, we obviously monitor the Oracle critical patch updates. We also monitor the CVE list, the common vulnerability and exposure lists associated with all software products, which are maintained by NIST and the MITRE organization in the US. And where we see anything that's relevant to a customer, especially where it is a critical vulnerability with a high CVE score, we would look for a rule if it's available from Trend, and if it's not available from Trend, we would raise that with Trend. Once that rule update is available, and these are typically quickly turned around where it is a critical vulnerability, the recommendation scan or our manual examination of the system will determine that we should deploy this onto the system. We would log on to the management server associated, or if you were managing the management server yourself, we would send an email out to advise you to do this. And we advise you on deploying the rule in detection only mode. This means the rule is present on the server and it is running as if it was inspecting all the traffic, but it will not block it. It will allow the traffic to go through. And we do this to prevent downtime or disruption to your systems. At the end of the day, every IT person knows that uptime is key. And nobody wants to take the reputational hit for disrupting live systems. This is typically within a few hours of the rule becoming available, though. As mentioned, we go in every Wednesday anyway, as a matter of course, to ensure that the bundled updates from Trend have the rules applied correctly onto the environments. And then we would monitor that rule for 1 to 2 weeks. We get daily reports from the systems we do manage for our customers, which tell us if any intrusion prevention rules have fired, and equally, if a rule fires in block mode, we get an immediate email alert to go in and investigate why this happened. Assuming none of these happen over a course of 1 to 2 weeks, and the time frame depends on both the severity of the exploit and whether or not attacks are out there in the wild. Obviously, a 0-day exploit, you would probably only monitor for a very short period of time and try and create some artificial testing. Whereas something that's coming through a critical patch update and is only a CVE score of 5, you would probably monitor for 2 weeks and not looking to get it into protect mode as quickly. But once we're sure that it's caused no impact on the environment, either through user access and speed or through causing false positives that may disrupt users, we would then put it into protection only mode and continue to monitor as part of our normal service.
So we're going from essentially waiting 3 months or a month, depending on the vendor, for a patch to be released, and then 3 to 6 months to launch that patch, down to a weekly patch release update and a matter of hours to protect the system.
Yeah, and where a 0-day happens, this is even faster. Going back to one of the examples mentioned earlier, the Oracle CV for WebLogic from last year, 2019-27-25, Oracle released a patch and Trend released an out-of-bands patch to protect against this 4 hours after Oracle released their out-of-bands patch in April. We have this deployed onto the systems to be protected in the environments we manage for our customers within 6 hours of that becoming available. So the overall downtime was less than 12 hours after Oracle released their 0-day to get it in protecting in production.
Or without any physical downtime for the customers as well. That's brilliant.
Absolutely. Yeah, the customers were advised this was happening, but they suffered no experience or any issues connecting to their systems.